There have been a lot of talks about the changes in the real estate market. Some areas of the country experiencing a much bigger slowdown than other areas. Question that home sellers and home buyers need to be asking is, how can I tell if it's a buyer's market or a seller's market? That will make all the difference in home sellers, how you market your home, and home buyers, how you approach offers, making offers on homes. I'm Jim Hood with Key Realty One Kentucky, Key Realty in Ohio. Let's jump into it. So how do you know if it's a buyer's market or a seller's market? Number one thing in determining a buyer's or a seller's market is what's called the absorption rate. Absorption rate sounds like a paper towel commercial. Well, same idea. How long does it take for the market to absorb all of the current listings that are on the market? How many sales have there been over this last 6 months? How many listings have there been? And by the time you figure that out, you're able to figure out what the current inventory, based on how fast homes are selling, you'll have X number of months of inventory. Now, when that is 5 or 6 months of inventory, that's called a balanced market. If it is below that, that's where the homes are selling really fast. That's a seller's market. And if it's above 6, that's a buyer's market, where homes are just simply taking longer to sell. So the absorption rate. Number two is tracking the days on market. Sort of similar, but it doesn't take as many of the details in. Shorter days, it's usually a seller's advantage market. Longer days on market, it makes for a buyer's market. Comparing the list price to sale price, another key indicator whether the market is hot or is cooled off. Are sellers seeing the price they're asking lower than the price that they're asking, or higher than the price that they're asking? Buyer demand. How are things doing at open houses? How are the views on the internet doing? Interest rates, affordability is another checkpoint. If interest rates are really high, there's going to be less interest in the market, not as many buyers on the market. And then also just pay attention to the local economics and the conditions of the economy locally. Yeah, I find it very interesting how I have agents in my mastermind groups that are from other parts of the country, and they're saying, oh, woe is me, the market stinks here. We don't have that issue. It can be very, very local, and even within communities, it can be very different from one block to less than a mile away in how homes are selling. So, how's the market doing? Keep up with me. I will be sending out information on a regular basis. Anytime you've got a real estate question, a real estate need, or you have someone who does, I'm here for you. Jim Hood, Key Realty One, Kentucky Key Realty in Ohio. Catch you later.